I think everyone believes that like enlightenment and this idea of peace has a look and a vibe, and there's some kind of like dude sitting on a mountain somewhere with his legs crossed who's going to teach you the process of just Buddhahood. But I actually find that that's like a misconception because in my own journey of enlightenment, Frank Ocean gifted me with one of the questions that brought me to a space I never would have imagined. He asked, "What's a God to a non-believer who don't believe in anything?" Now, if you know the song, the profound inquiry beckons us to ponder the essence of belief and identity. What does it mean to hold a belief or an identity in a world where everyone shares the same viewpoint? If every person on earth proclaimed themselves a Christian, would the term Christian retain its significance? Similarly, what would it mean to be left if no one is to the right of you? You could try to identify yourself as a left wing person, but you would be the farthest to the right. You see, this dilemma underscores a crucial aspect of self identity. And today's chapter, Identity Illusions, Are You Who You Think You Are? It's often defined in contrast to others. Our understanding of who we are gains richness and depth when mirrored against those who differ from us. Imagine a world where everyone shares your opinions, beliefs, and lifestyle. In such a scenario, the contours of your identity would blur, lacking the sharpness provided by the presence of different views. Views. Shout out to Trey. The diversity of thought and belief, then, is not just a societal asset, but a cornerstone in the architecture of individual identity. When contemplating what it means to be human, our minds do not immediately jump to our basic functions, the fact that we have skin, breathe, and eat. Such characteristics, while essential, do not distinguish us in a meaningful way from our living creatures. Instead, we delve into attributes that set us apart from the animal kingdom. Our ability to weave complex narratives, establish intricate governments, and nurture profound emotional connections. These elements speak to a deeper understanding of our humanity, an understanding that thrives on differentiation and uniqueness. This brings us to a personal reflection on identity. If your sense of self, be it a parent, a child, a lover, or an emotional being, is validated only in comparison to others, how authentic is it? How often have you encountered people who deny your self perception, claiming it does not align with their preconceived notions of who you should be? If faced with a chorus of voices denying your claimed identity, do you concede to their view or do you cling steadfastly to your self concept? Western culture often emphasizes the pursuit of a divine, true self, but this quest is complicated by the fluidity and relativity of identity. And this brings me to one of my favorite sayings: seeing is not believing, believing is seeing. This quote suggests that belief shapes our perception of reality. We don't just observe and then believe. We believe first, thereby shaping our perception of what we see. Consider life as a cinematic masterpiece where you are simultaneously the audience and the screenwriter. If you passively wait for your story to unfold, you might inadvertently find yourself living a narrative scripted by others, perhaps influenced by a parent, a teacher, or a societal figure, rather than authored by your own aspirations and desires. Therefore, I propose an alternative approach. Start by believing in the version of the universe you wish to see. Embrace the identity you aspire to. Believe in your self-conceptions, and then proceed to live as if these beliefs have already materialized. In the grand, unpredictable theater of the universe, there are no absolute guarantees. But ask yourself, what do you stand to lose by embracing this philosophy? In a world where identities are often reflections of contrasting beliefs and societal molds, choosing to believe in your narrative and living it boldly might just be the most authentic expression of self you can offer. And again, I just want you guys to think about this from just an interesting level. If you are in a constant state of trying to see things that other people have described, then yeah, you're going to see that, right? You're going to see the hate, you're going to see the hurt, you're going to see the pain, you're going to see the suffering. But if you could believe in this idea that that doesn't exist within your space and that you only see love, is there a chance that you could start to see the love in the world? It doesn't necessarily deny the things that are going around with others. It just begins to beg the question of, what would I see if I was looking for love? You know, I know that you might think, hey, Django, you're coming from a privileged spot, but you go to Viktor Frankl in Man's Search for Meaning. You go to the Gulag Archipelago. You go to some of the greatest books ever written by people who went through some of the hardest times. And the number one thing they will describe is believing is seeing. Whatever it is that you believe, for some reason, that can come true in your life. It may not manifest in the way that you want it to. It doesn't guarantee health. It doesn't guarantee wealth. I'm talking about the space of peace that you could believe in, because I think that's all we really have control over. But what do you think? If you're not architecting your beliefs, whose beliefs are you architecting? Was it a teacher? Was it your mom, your dad, a friend? I don't know. But the journey's been beautiful for me, and I hope it ends up being beautiful for you. And I love you unconditionally, and I wish you nothing but the best. Until next time, peace.